Hi, welcome to Drumchapel St Andrew's virtual church. I hope you're well and I hope you're doing okay. It's good to see some improvement just in the figures just now and to sense just some little shoots of improvement, of revival. And it's good to see a bit of a relaxation in some of the restrictions. So I hope that's making a difference for you in connecting with other people and being able to do some of the things that you were able to do before. So all good signs at the moment. Welcome to our virtual church service today. Thanks so much for being part of our church family online. It's good to connect with you today and thank you for tuning in. At the moment, our plans are to reopen on Sunday the 16th of August. That's all things being equal and depending on advice that we get up until then. But at the moment, we're making plans for reopening then. It will look very different than it does now. And we're anticipating at the moment that there will be a restriction on numbers, and so we'll let you know much more details nearer the time because I'm sure things will change up until then, but be prepared that it will be very different. But on the other side, that there's something to look forward to in the hope that it won't be that long before we're back together in church again. And things are beginning to change a bit. I have an appointment for the hairdresser in a couple of weeks' time. Yay! Still waiting for the dentist though. Welcome along today. Our theme for today is high expectations. And I'd invite you during the service at the points where we have songs just to pause me and to click on the links for our different songs and also for videos as well. So you'll find them on our Facebook page. They are underneath the post underneath this one. The links for all the songs and videos. And if you're tuning in on YouTube, if you go beyond all the videos underneath this one, at the bottom there's a comment section, and in the first comment there is the links to all the different videos and songs that we have for today. The other thing that you can do is you can now tune in on our website. The church website now has a video blog, and on the homepage you will be able to see the latest video from service. So we're expanding yet again. So thank you for tuning in today. Our first song is All Are Welcome. This would be our sharing time, so thoughts with you for whatever's going on in your life just now. And if it's your birthday, a really happy birthday to you. I hope you have had or will have a really good day. One question that has always puzzled me is, where does the material from holes go to? Like, if you have a jumper and it gets a hole in it, where does the material that was there go to? Here's my oven tray. I nearly said baking tray there, but obviously I don't do an awful lot of baking. But I don't know if you can see it, but there is a hole in my oven tray. How did it get there? It's metal. And it's certainly not overuse. How do I get a hole in a metal oven tray? A couple of weeks ago, the coil springs on my car broke. And it's okay if you don't know what they are, because I have no idea what they are either, but apparently they are like big springs. And one day, everything was great and the car was driving fine, and then the next moment, they break, both of them. Sometimes it's hard to make sense of life because life is a whole mix of things. It's a mix of good things and bad things and in between things. And sometimes everything seems to be going along great, and then something happens and it becomes difficult. And sometimes things are hard and something happens and they get better. Sometimes there are good things that happen to you and they change everything. That suddenly your life brightens up and you're inspired and sparked. And sometimes bad things happen. And for a while it can be really hard to get through them. And I guess that life journey just has lots of different things happening. But one of the things that we can always do is we can always bring light to any situation, to any relationship, to any connection, to anything that's going on. And so bad things, we can always find a way to make them better. And good things, we can always find a way to make them even brighter. And today, I hope as we share that we will help to do that for others too, that we will help to bring light to the lives of the people round about us. Let's do a prayer. God, I can't always make sense of life because sometimes things happen and they just seem to change everything. My life journey is a mix of good things and bad things. And the bad things don't spoil the good things. And the good things don't make the bad things okay. But I can always bring light. And I can always make a difference. And today, I want to do that in my own life. And also in the lives of those around me. Amen. Our song just now, if you want to pause me and listen to it, is Firework. I invite you to share in our prayer. God, I take a deep breath. And just for a moment, I listen to my breathing. I breathe in and I breathe out. I feel my life force, my energy, my focus. I easily become distracted. But today, I allow that to work for me. I will not become frustrated, but allow my thoughts, wherever they take me, to weave into my prayer, my meditation, my silence, my life journey. I value the peace of this moment. I feel my breathing, the beating of my heart, and I celebrate that I am alive. I have so much to give in my own life, to others, to the world. Sometimes, as I take a moment just to be with me, I feel scared. I am afraid to invest too much in case something doesn't happen and I'm disappointed. But I know if I don't open my heart fully, I will never discover what might be. I want to be authentic in every encounter. I want to bring a confidence that doesn't come from ego, but from a sense of self. I value the people who journey with me. I will listen to those who love me and help me to grow. And I will not be knocked by those who try to pull me down. I will find a way or make a way. I will bring light where there is darkness, understanding where there is hurt, tears where there is sadness, and a smile in celebration. In the silence, I share the hopes, desires, and wisdom of my heart. Amen. Our Bible story today is from the book of Matthew, chapter 13, from verse 24 through 30. Jesus told them another story. The kingdom of heaven is like this. A farmer sowed good seed in his field. One night, when everyone was asleep, an enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the plants grew and the heads of grain began to form, then the weeds showed up. The farm workers came to the farmer and said, "You sowed good seed in your field. Where did the weeds come from?" "It was some enemy who did this," the farmer answered. "Do you want us to go and pull out the weeds?" they asked the farmer. "No," answered the farmer, "because as you gather the weeds, you might pull up some of the wheat along with them. Let the wheat and the weeds both grow together until harvest. Then I'll tell the harvest workers to pull up the weeds first, tie them in bundles and burn them, and then to gather in the wheat and put it in my barn." And a reading by Mary Oliver called Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile the world goes on. Meanwhile the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. And our song is, Lord, you have come to the seashore. Expectations can create a sense of failure. If you have an expectation and you achieve it, there's no celebration. You've only done what you expected to do anyway. And if you don't achieve it, you feel like you failed. Have goals. Set targets. Be the best you can be. Let go of expectations. Take time to celebrate your successes and achievements and learn from your failures and your disappointments. If you fail, next time, fail better. Grow with every experience you live on your life journey. Today's story is thought-provoking. There's a field of crops, and there are weeds in amongst the crops. The workers want to get rid of the weeds, but the farmer lets them grow together. I don't know what weeds are. I don't know if I have any flowers at all in my garden or just weeds. And to be honest, I don't really care too much. This story is saying that life is messy. Life is a journey. And it's not always clear what are weeds and what are crops. Maybe it's only when you look back that you actually work that out. Marilyn Monroe said, "I believe that everything happens for a reason. People change so that you can learn to let go. Things go wrong so that you appreciate them when they're right. And sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall together." Karma is the energy that you put out into the universe. If you plant good energy, it will grow, make a difference, but not always straight line, and not always as you expect it to. It's not as simple as that. You don't always know how things are going to work out because there's a bigger picture. Don't ever judge a decision by its outcome. You might make a good call, but for other reasons it doesn't work out. Always you have to see bigger. A girl posted on Instagram this week, "My partner and I have decided we don't want to have kids. We're going to tell them tonight." Sometimes you just have to live with your challenges on life's journey. I love Pollyanna. Pollyanna is a story of a young girl who makes a game of finding something to be glad about in anything negative that comes into her life. That's not being superficial about the hard things you experience, but a recognition that they are never the whole story. I've just finished reading a book about the Hoffman process. It's fascinating. I really want to find out more about this. It's a program of emotional healing that helps you to transform your life. Its premise is that we all have patterns that we have adopted throughout our life, sometimes from very young in our childhood. These patterns become our default, but they don't always serve you well. The Hoffman process helps us to identify and to change these patterns, because these patterns are not you. They are patterns that you have taken on to respond to different situations or different things that have happened in your life. Throughout your life journey, what you can change is yourself. Yesterday is a lovely movie. If you get a chance to watch it, do. Throughout the story, Jack discovers who and what is really important in his life. That is the story of our life journey. It will always be messy, but there are moments you just know what are the good things in your life and what are the weeds. Sometimes it takes a while to get there, and it's not always clear. You have to trust your intuition. Last year I was at the hearing clinic. There were loads of people in the waiting room. The receptionist called out a name. Nobody moved. Listen for your call. If you don't hear it first time, you will get another chance. Don't ever give up on your call. I'm going to ask you to watch a video now. So if you want to pause me and watch the video, it's from Lord of the Rings, and it's Frodo talking to Sam, and it's called The Tales That Really Mattered. Today's story is your inspiration that your tale really matters, even when it's not clear where it's leading. An interviewer was talking to Paloma Faith about The Voice Kids. He said, "Is it important to teach the kids about rejection?" Paloma Faith said, "I think it's not a rejection. It's just not today." Susan Jeffers said, "My life is beautiful. I have it all. But even in the sunshine, one has to cry sometimes." Let's do a prayer. God, in this moment, I recognize that life is messy. And I let go of my desire for it always to be neat. ordered, perfect. I feel inspired as I think of the tales that really mattered. And I value my own tale. And I believe that the future is mine to create. I will celebrate my life journey and the moments I experience on it. And when I need to, and when I'm hurting, I will cry. Amen. I invite you to share for a moment, just in a moment of reflection, and the bit of music that we're going to listen to for our moment of reflection is Om Shanti Path by Desert Rose. Our song is The Lord's My Shepherd, and it's versioned by Stuart Townend. Thank you so much for accessing our service today. I hope it'll be a really good week ahead of you, and it has been great to connect with you today. Our closing song is I the Lord of Sea and Sky, and then I've also linked our closing prayer, may God's blessing surround you today. Take care.